I'm Mason Mount. You're listening to the London is Blue podcast.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and get down to business when it comes to predictions. All right. So we've already put our cold, hard earned cash with the bookies in Vegas.
No,
so you can
haven't.
tell we definitely believe everything we're about to say. Okay, maybe we didn't, Dan, but you know what? You didn't have to ruin that for everybody. So, first one we want to do are very specific to Chelsea. Predictions all about Chelsea. And the first one we want to start off with is probably one of the more exciting ones, which would be how many goals will Chelsea score this season as a team in the Premier League, to go ahead and caveat that. And then, who do you think Chelsea's top 3 goal scorers will be? Dan, quick refresher of the top 5 goal scorers from last season, please.
Yeah, so again, this is just within the 2018-2019 Premier League season. We're not counting Giroud's double digits contributions in Europe, sorry. Eden Hazard, though, 16 goals. Then Pedro with 8. Ruben Loftus-Cheek with 6. Gonzalo Higuain with 5. Alvaro Morata with 5.
Who?
Yeah, Alvaro Morata. They also had 5, so they tied for 4th place.
But right below him, my favorite not goal scorer and yours,
goal scoring midfielder,
N'Golo Kante with 4 goals. Love that man. I don't know if he'll replicate that form this year, as he'll likely be playing closer to David Luiz than up front. But I think the goals were not spread that evenly. If we're completely honest, there were, a lot of low numbers, but there was only one real high number. So we got a lot of goals to replace in the 16 with Eden Hazard.
There was definitely a lot of clustering of our goals last season. And then you look at the fact that of this list, so Higuain is gone, Morata is gone, Willian comes back, but Willian had 3 goals last season. Barkley back, Barkley had 3 goals. Luis was up there with 3 goals, and then it goes down to the 2s and the 1s across Alonso, Jorginho, Giroud, Azpilicueta, and Rudiger round out your top 11, tied for 11 goal scorers in the team last season.
You can't have Giroud, Brandon, with 2 goals in the league again. That can't happen.
He had some limited minutes as well. But look, the guy won a World Cup without scoring a goal. We know what he does. He's a setup man. He's an assist. He's a wingman. You hit in the club, there's no better wingman than Ollie Giroud. With that jawline, that hair, there's no way.
There's no person in this podcast ecosystem that has wanted Brandon to say "the club" more. And he's done it, folks. We can quit now. That's all we've been trying to do this entire time, is get him to say "the club" and have. I want to see Brandon as Marcus Alonso and Ollie just roll into the club, and let's see what happens. All sorts of shenanigans.
Someone can make that Photoshop happen.
Oh yeah. Well, anyways, Chelsea had a total of 63 goals last season. Dan, you just rattled off how many we've lost in transfers out, but there's an argument to be made about Ross Barkley probably getting more than 3. There's an argument with Willian potentially playing on the left in his better position. Marcus Alonso hit the woodwork about 63 times last season. There's potential, but a very unknown quantity. So let us know, how many total goals do you think Chelsea will score in 38 Premier League matches this season?
I'm going to go with a round number of 70 total goals this season, which would put us +7 from last season.
Yeah, la la land, Nick. What about you?
So we're replacing Eden Hazard's goals. So, you kind of take 16 off of 63 already. And then, you bring in a informed Barkley, you bring in an informed Mount. You bring in maybe a Pedro with an uptick. I see us scoring exactly 63 goals again this season. Let's go. Come on.
The push. The famous push.
Let's see. So it's real strategic for me here. I can, go 62 or maybe 71. Maybe Price is Right it on you guys a little bit.
Why not?
But my heart honestly tells me that I'm concerned. I'm going to go with 60 to keep a simple number. I don't think we're going to do what we did last season. And that's kind of concerning because our defense is not doing great. Next one. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Top 3 goal scorers as well. Nick, give me 1, 2, 3. Rattle them off.
Whoa. Let's reverse order it because you made me go first. You got the opportunity to go last. You're going to go last again. Let's just reverse order.
Yeah,
Brandon should go first.
Stop waiting for everyone to give you the right answers, Brandon.
Right. Anyways.
Dr. Evil. Right.
I'm going to go Pedro this season. I'm going to go Barkley. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to take a striker or not, which is the most ridiculous thing ever.
I know. That's what I was struggling with.
And Kepa. No, you know what? I'll throw Giroud in there. I mean, if he gets 10 goals this season, he's done it. He's in there. So that shouldn't be too hard for him, knowing that he's kind of going to, I think, be the number 1 striker this season, unlike the last couple years. So, reverse order, Nick.
Okay, so I'm taking a couple of risks here. One risk is that I think Callum Hudson-Odoi coming back from injury is going to make my list. Second one is I think Ross Barkley will likely be in the top 3. And then my final one, which I've kind of waffled on a couple of options here, but I'm kind of settling in, I think, is Pedro. Now you'll notice that I don't have a striker in there, and that's kind of based on Brandon's whole parroting back to me what I've been saying about Olivier Giroud for the past, let's just call it, year and a half. And that is the fact that he's much more of an assist, hold up, let's make plays for the guys around me type of striker. And if he does that, then we're going to be in pretty good shape, I think. And then you really just worry about the defense. So that's what I got.
All right, Dan, you've seen all the cards on the table. Who are you going to copy?
I'm actually not going to. Well, I think Barkley belongs in the grouping of 3.
I mean, especially if he's a penalty taker, right? Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with that. It could be that Willian ends up becoming the person who takes penalties, which would then cause me to remove him out of that. So I would asterisk it. As long as he's a penalty taker, especially with VAR in its first season, we're going to get some penalties against us. You're going to get a couple penalties for us. So maybe you count 3 to 4 extra goals this season for anyone who's going to take penalties, which if Barkley were to take them, he would be the beneficiary, would easily move him into double digits.
No asterisk. Keep it moving.
All right. So the other 2 that I'm going to go with, because I think I'm going to play the youth, is that Tammy Abraham and Christian Pulisic are going to be other 2 top goal scorers this season.
Ooh.
I think Tammy is going to be trusted with the number 9. He's going to get a lot of minutes, a lot of opportunity. He's going to get fed from some pretty great players. And then Christian Pulisic looks in form heading into the season, offers a little more than what a Willian can do or offer. And I think you got to trust the potential.
Do you know who I was tempted to put in there?
Jorginho.
Mishi?
Conte.
Mishi. And it's not because I think he's going to get a ton of minutes in the league. I think he'll most likely be a cup player, but he's just in the right place at the right time. And if he knocks in 7, who knows where that puts him? Honestly, like it could be a weird, really super balanced year where you got a bunch of people on 8, 7, 6, and it's very kind of spread across the front 4.
Well, here's the thing: if all 3 of those strikers end up getting 10 to 11 goals in total, we already are in better shape than we were last season, where our strikers combined ended up with 5, 5, and 2. So 12 versus potentially 30, that would be an amazing uptick and basically replaces all of your Eden Hazard output.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's pretty uncommon to have 3 different strikers in double digits in the league, because usually you have your rotation in the cup and everything. But to your point, even if you had 1.5 of that, you're already pushing what 3 did last season. All right, those votes are signed and sealed. Done. Moving on to the next envelope.